and Facebook, and anywhere else. SoundCloud is the most important. That's where I'm on music at soundcloud.com/LonnieMoore23. And that's where you're going to hear all the updates and all that. So.
Yeah, yo. Well, speaking of Lonnie Moore, man, who the fuck, for those who don't know, who is Lonnie Moore, bro?
Shit, man. Lonnie Moore is a half nerd, half G from the east side of Baltimore.
That's right, represent the East.
Wait. You said half nerd, half G.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need you to explain that, elaborate a little more.
Let me clarify that. Because I moved to Baltimore City when I was like in the 2nd grade, you know what I'm saying? And when I was out there, the world was a lot different. You know, we had buses to pick us up in the morning and that type of stuff. Everybody was sharing their coloring books and that type of shit. We can cuss on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we were sharing our color books and shit. When I moved to Baltimore City when I was in like the 3rd or 4th grade, that was like a reality check.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I went from having to be Mr. Nice Guy, you know, open heart on my sleeve to, you know, watch your back, you know, getting banked, getting robbed and shit, you know what I'm saying? Trying to sell drugs, not working out, all types of shit. So I felt like I had the best of both worlds. I know the suburban side of life and I also know the urban side of life. So I read plenty of books and I know plenty of dumb niggas. So it's like, it's balance. It's all about balance.
It's all about that balance. And speaking of your early life, growing up, you know what I'm saying? You grew up in a single-parent home, right? With your mom.
Yeah, my mother.
Father was addicted to, you know, narcotics and all that.
Yes, he was.
How was life for you back then? And what is those challenges made for you as far as your experience in music?
I mean, shit was hard growing up because not having my dad, having my mother raised, because there's 4 of us. I got a sister, I got 2 sisters, and I got a brother, and I got a baby brother now. But him not being there was difficult because she had to do everything on her own. So it made me develop a real specific kind of strength for women in general. You know what I'm saying? But not having that father figure did affect me as a man, but it also motivated me to want to, you know, invest that energy in something more positive instead of hating him. So that's why I started doing art and shit like that, and it affected me in a good way because I use that as my sanctuary, as my I use that as my way to escape all the hard shit and my parents going through a divorce and him being strung out and being broke as a motherfucker and not being able to go to this program or that school and food stamps and this person got killed. So my art helped me make it through all of that.
Yes,
dope, you know what I'm saying? So
you can definitely hear it in the music.
Yeah,
like it's real. You feel what you're saying in the music.
Thank you.
When so that kind of, you know, your pain kind of drove you, inspired you. I mean, but who, as far as hip hop, who inspired you growing up?
I say Big L, definitely. Big L inspired me.
A lot of people don't even know who Big L is.
What's your favorite Big L joint, though?
I like all his freestyles.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't really listening to his
Remember
records.
that one? I'm like Beavis, I get nothing but head. Remember that one? You don't remember that? The one he was like, you running with boys, I'm running with men.
Oh, yeah,
I can't
quote it, but I do know the lyrics. You feel me? I know all his freestyles, but I don't know none of his like recorded songs and shit. So
that's dope, though. So speaking of inspirations, I know your mother, she inspired you. She was a poet, right?
Yeah, she still is.
How was your mother's poetry inspired you?
I mean, she the one that got me into the rap thing, her and my grandfather, because I started out doing little poems and doing shit like that, and she the one that told me to pursue it more, like look up people like Tupac and Maya Angelou and all these people. So then I started investing in that, and that became a passion for poetry, and then I started really writing poetry, and the niggas was like, nah, yo, like, why don't you turn that to a rhyme? So started freestyling, and then I started making music. So it just developed over time, you feel me?
Yeah.
Well, poetry and hip-hop definitely kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But so you wrote some poetry. I mean, can we get like a couple verses of like maybe your first poem or something growing up?
I don't remember none of that. I can't remember none of that.
What did you write your first poem about?
Girls. Yeah, you feel me? Trying to get a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did it work? Did you use it like on the girls in school?
Hell yeah. That's pretty much honestly. I'm be honest with you. I was shy. You feel me? I was kind of nerdy. I was quiet. I was to myself. So that was the thing that kind of drew females to me. I didn't talk that much, but when I did talk, they heard a deep voice and shit.
Oh yeah, you winning.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel me?
Very
so me doing poetry and that being my way of expressing my feelings and shit, they thought that was kind of attractive.
You don't remember like what your first poem had in it? I'm gonna ask you to like read it, but you don't.
Oh hell, hell no, sexual chocolate. Oh no, I don't remember. I really don't remember. I know it was about a girl that I went in elementary school. I think her name was Simone.
Simone?
Yeah.
I know you can write an ill-ass song about Simone right about that.
You can play on that. But yeah, it was
So
about.
did you read the poem to her?
Yeah, I read it to her.
Did it work?
And like the 4th or 5th grade, she loved it. Yeah.
Aww.
She loved
That's
it.
because he read it to her. I gave the bitch the poem. She gave it back.
Because you're supposed to read it. She probably didn't even think you wrote it.
She
she knew I wrote it. She knew I wrote it.
Not you, him.
Oh, I worked on it every day, so I had some time.
Aww.
He was trying to book him, Dano. Yeah. How long you dated though? How long that go?
Nigga, I was in elementary.
Right. What do you think? They went steady? Like, what the
Bitch, we go together. I write you a poem. We go together to high school.
Oh no. She I think she got kids now. And all that. But no, she was sweet for real.
That's what's up.
I think I used to steal candy for her from the store.
Dang, you was putting his life on the line.
Hell yeah. Cancer, man.
That's
cancer shit.
Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Like speaking of your moms, man, one of the songs on HD2 that I really love, it's the opening of the album. And you had Moms on there, right? That's the opening. That's the opening track. You had Moms on there, and she did a lot of explaining about how your hardships, how you was on the bus stops, how you was pushing your music, and you being a local artist in Baltimore, and you were disrespected by other folks, and you trying to sell your music. That shit really touched me, bro, because I know the feeling when you try and get your shit out there, and ain't nobody fucking with you, man. How has those hardships been to you, and how have they changed you over the years? And are you still experiencing some of them now?
Hell yeah, I'm glad you said that. I mean, before they made me bitter, I was bitter as shit. I was mad at everybody because I felt like I should have been hot. I should have been, should have this, you know what I'm saying? So I was real mad at first because I felt like niggas that was whack or like, not whack, but
They was phony. Keep it a
you know what I'm saying? The niggas that was phony or whatever, I felt like they was getting further than me. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I did, I just felt like I couldn't win. So I was getting a little bitter at first. So that's how it would come out. But I learned to embrace it. I learned to embrace my struggles for real, and I know that going through shit make you a better person. It makes you a better version of yourself. So I can honestly say that I made the best music of my life being fucked up than I did when I felt like everything was going right. So I'm thankful for it, you feel me? I feel like it made me stronger, and it's improved the quality of my stuff. Yes. You know what I mean? I take my time with it. The subjects is better. The concepts are better. So
what do you feel about the industry now? Because, you know, like, you're really saying something in your music from listening to your music. And it seems like, you know, I don't want to, you know, because I like all, like, eras of hip-hop.
I ain't conscious, though.
But, no, I'm just saying. Like, it seems like some people that are really making it now, they're really not saying nothing. Like, how do you feel about the current state of hip-hop?
I support it, you feel me? I'm not gonna say I support all the shit that's out now, but I can say I'm open-minded enough to know good music when I hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to separate the bullshit from what actually has potential. So I'm not in support of the generation in full, but there's certain artists that I know just really got what it takes for real, and I support their movement. People like XXXTentacion. Like I fuck with him.
Extension?
Yeah, I fuck with him. He's an open-minded artist. He's real talented. He's versatile. I like, who else?
What about Childish Gambino?
Yeah, nigga.
What did you, we were talking about his music video. What did you think about his music video?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was innovative. I thought it was futuristic. I thought it was a great depiction of what it's like to be, a millennial in America today. But he did it through his own scope, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was real creative. And I like how I like how confident and just how carefree he was. He didn't give a damn about what people thought about him.
Let me ask you, because we were debating about this. Why do you think he didn't have a shirt on? Why do you think he was doing those kind of dance moves in the video?
It's a lot of imagery in there. I ain't gonna stunt. The shirt, in my opinion, the shirt being off could have depicted some form of slavery or something like that. That's what I would make the direct connection to. You know what I'm saying? In that video specifically, I think of America and a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like bare chested or being robbed of his shirt or his clothes. I'm thinking of slavery. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought his depiction was for that.
He had no shoes on either, too, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I don't think so. Did he?
No,
he didn't have no shoes.
All right, so I would think slavery. That's the first connection that I would make. Yeah, that's what I would think.
So what about like kind of the way he was moving in the video? What was your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like he was trying to make a statement. I felt like he was just being him, and he was just showing that it's not as serious as everybody making it out to be. It don't have to be that serious all the time. He was having some fun, and I think he was just being him. He was just being a weird, intellectual, creative motherfucker, and he just had fun making a music video. That's what I think that
And you
was.
know, a lot of people call people weird, but they really don't know the definition of weird.
I've been called that my whole life, man.
But I'm gonna
I
tell you,
embrace
it's
that
a
shit.
great
I'm
thing.
cool with that.
It's a great thing. You know
No,
why?
for real, but I'm cool
Let's
with that.
just real quick study for y'all people out there who don't know how to look up words. It's not about just opening a dictionary. It's about doing etymology. Now, the etymology to the word weird means one who takes their destiny in their own hands, which means you in control of your own destiny. You understand what I'm saying? So people will say you're weird, but look at you. You really are. You taking your own destiny in your own hand. You making your shit happen. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody, if you ever been called weird, such as me, embrace it because you're one. You're not. Nobody got to lead you.
Always
let me
want
touch
to
on
embrace
that.
when someone calls you weird.
I love it.
I'm talking about you.
And let me touch on that too. And I ain't trying to make it serious.
No, it's cool, make it serious.
We loosening up, but let me speak on something. In Baltimore City, to be different is to be considered weird. To be something not like what everybody else is, or not to want to follow a path that's been followed 1,000 times over makes you weird. It makes you stand out. There's nothing wrong with that.
But
I want more people in the city to embrace that shit. We need Childish Gambinos from Baltimore. We need Kendrick Lamar's. We need Isaiah Rashad's. We need Scissors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Without them being ridiculed or crucified for them standing out or being who they are and not caring about what the typical mold is or stereotype is that's supposed to be associated with being from Charm City or the City of the Wire. Like, there's artists here that create and it's different and that stand out and that can really make some shit happen. So.
But being different, being quote unquote weird, that's what's gonna make you kind of stand the test of time. Like these other artists that are just here right now, they're not gonna be here. You know, they clown people, even like a Drake. They clown Drake because he's different. People are gonna be listening to Drake 10 years from now. People are gonna be listening to other artists. They're gonna listen to Kendrick. They're gonna listen to J. Cole still, even though they're not.
More 10 years from now.
Oh yeah, man, that's the goal.
They're gonna listen to Lonnie. I'm telling you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
If you never heard the Project T,
Appreciate
HD2, if you never heard none of the music prior or after that, listen to it. You know what I mean? And this for the fans out there too, man. This ain't your average. And let's talk about how average he's not and how humble he is. This man was signed. When you signed to Motown as a writer, right? You signed to Motown Records or something like that?
I wasn't signed to him. I was in talks with them. Yeah.
But you was working. Did you do any work with them when you was fucking with them?
I did a little bit of work.
And my man did a song with Meek Mills, Millionaire, back in the day. This is before Meek Threshold came.
I see
but you
why
did
he
that
really
song.
loves you
No,
now.
no, it's not about me because they know I'm a Meek fan. But I'm just saying, you accumulated steps that feats that other artists would have never done. And I'm gonna be honest, Millionaire wasn't you.
I'm glad. I'm gonna speak on that when you done it. You know what's up, Shane?
Yeah.
All right. So
Millionaire was not you.
Wait, give us
I'm
the
glad. Look,
exclusive.
thank you. You know what I mean for mentioning that. I want to clear that shit up. So with the Meek Mill record, right? When at the time 2014, 2013, when I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I had a little situation. I was being managed by a company down there that sent for me up here, listening to my stuff over a while, coming up here, you know, being like, oh man, you got potential. It was like a little label, like management situation, right? So I went down there for a couple weeks or months or whatever to give it a trial and error period to see what's up with it. Did a lot of work in the studio. I met people like, excuse me, my bad.
You all right?
It's the Henny, it's getting to me. I met people like R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Jacob Lattimore, a whole bunch of people, man. I crossed paths like Rick Ross, and all types of shit. Just being down there, networking, playing my music, being in different studios, just being hungry, right? So I came into a situation with the management that I was working with. They had like they was about to pay for a verse from Meek Mill, or they had a verse that they already paid for. They was like, yo, we about to put y'all together, da-da-da-da. So I'm thinking we gonna go to the studio, we gonna chop it up, whatever. That's not what happened. You know what I'm saying? What happened was I did my verses, you know what I'm saying? They must have sent it over to him or already had it in their possession, and they put us together on the record. You know, so they alerted his people or the Dream Chasers or whoever the hell, whatever the situation was, and he was like, oh, we gonna use this, or this is how we rocking. And that came to fruition like that. You feel me? So after that record came out and people started hearing it and really respecting the record, it became a version of him not on there, and it was just my song. So it was a lot of shit going on with that because it wasn't my beat, you feel me, and the production company that I was with had control of it. So like that wasn't necessarily how I would have wanted to introduce myself to the
Right.
world. Because like you just said, when you heard the record, you were like, oh, that's not Lonnie. You feel me? I heard that, and I wanted to match the energy of the song. I spoke my truth, which I always do when I write my shit.
Yes, you did.
But I wanted to match the energy of the song because it's a challenge to me. Whoever bringing a certain kind of energy to the song, I'm going to bring the same energy back. Because that's what hip-hop is. You feel me? Feed off of each other, especially on collabs. But that just wasn't a song that I felt like was the best representation of me as an artist fully. You know what I'm saying?
And you could tell when you listen to that joint, it sounds like one of them joints that was sent over. It don't sound like y'all messed. It sounds like a sent over, like Meek was just like, all right, give me the check. Who y'all want me to do this for? All right,
Pretty
man.
much.
And it was just like that. And it's sad because, like I say, you one of the dopest fucking artists I've ever heard from Baltimore. And it's only about 5 of y'all that I feel like that's polished, that's ready. You feel me? And your time coming. Like you, Damon Blue, a few other artists out there, I choose not the name right now, are the most polished artists. And like Dame, he in Atlanta right now, kind of doing what you was doing.
Shout out to him too. Yeah,
But
man. Everybody, that's the pipeline. Everybody got to go through Atlanta, and then you go to New York, and then you go to California.
Do you feel like you got to get out of Baltimore, though, to really make it?
Yeah, I'm going to answer that, but I definitely want to answer that, but I want to answer the last thing you said too. I'm glad that happened because that allowed me to embrace my originality as an artist. Like, don't make music for other people. Make it for your goddamn self. And if other people can relate to it, then those are your real supporters. Those are your real fans. You know what I'm saying? But don't initiate it to make music for other people in hopes that they embrace you or they accept you. Fuck that shit. It's okay to be an outcast and make your type of shit cool. Make what you do cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that. I appreciate you for like providing the platform for me to address that, because that shit, you know, it's been on my mind for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the record and it's very honest, but I feel like that's not everything that I am. It's so much more to me than just that. You know what I'm saying? So.
And like T said, how do you feel about? Do you have to leave Baltimore to make it, or you know what I mean? How you feel about that?
Right,
all right,
yeah, you was on the show. Yeah. All right, no. So I feel like to make it anywhere in the world, you gotta be willing to expand. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a slave to what the radius of your neighborhood.
But do you feel though, being a Baltimore artist? I mean, even being in the entertainment circle in Baltimore, it's like certain people are hot here.
Already.
People don't know them in New York. People don't know them in LA. People don't know them in Miami. They don't go out of Baltimore. And it's just like here, it's like everybody's looking for that kind of like dope boy. Like that's the kind of music that is what people like here.
Yep.
So
we were just talking about this in the car. You made a point. My bad. I'm sorry about movie shit, but I'm passionate about this shit.
Okay.
So Baltimore, right? Charm City, home of the wire. What we known for?
Drugs.
Dope.
People dying.
Killing niggas.
That's it.
The wire. Shit like that. So that's a stereotype that's been perpetuated over time that is not going anywhere, because now that's what people expect to see from us. You feel me? So when a nigga like me come along that's talking some different shit, or I can sing on this record and then I'm rapping and
he can sing, ladies.
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna have to, get a little sample.
Yeah, I got you. That's not a problem. But yeah, so I switch it up and I write all my own shit. I have no ghost writers. Nobody writes anything for me. Nobody has ever wrote anything for me, and they never will. I collaborate with artists, but nobody can write my story. Only I can. So that's that. I'll never have a ghostwriter.
He said that.
So for me to be the artist that I am, you feel what I'm saying? I do feel like that's important. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it is all about dope here, and it's all about drugs, and it's all about negativity. You notice when you post some positive shit on Facebook, you get little to no likes, right? But as soon as you post some negative shit,
everybody
people love that shit.
It's more entertaining.
Yeah.
They share it. You feel me? They send it to all their friends. Girl, look at this shit. Hey, yo, check this out. It becomes controversial, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Baltimore's about, even stemming down to a political aspect, you know what I'm saying? With the whole Freddie Gray and all of that, and the riots and all of that negative shit. That's where all the energy seems to be absorbed at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's positive things going on, and there's other artists that want to depict their art in a different way. You feel me? Like, I'm not a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? I never have been. That's not my style.
But he's still a man, though.
I'm still a man. I still stand on 2 feet and 10 toes, like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here killing niggas and catching smashing bodies. That's not my heart. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of these Baltimore rappers that are doing it, they're not doing it either. A lot of them. I just was having a conversation with someone who went to high school with one of these guys that just got signed that grew up in Owings Mills, talking about, you know, he's doing this and that. But that's not how you really grew up.
I mean, yeah, it's all about the character, man, the image and shit. You know, just keep your image true, man. But speaking of your image and you being true, like, it's a lot of shit you done. Like, you was on tour with Bryson Tiller, right? You did a few days with him?
I did a date with Bryson Tiller.
How was it being on tour with Bryson Tiller, man?
Oh, I did Pier 6. Now, what I do, we did Pier 6 Pavilion in 2016. Yeah, that was one of the greatest experiences. Because I didn't even see that coming for real. This is when he was at the height of his career, trap soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when Don't was on the radio, back to back, you feel me? Don't, all that shit. So I'm like, man, this ain't gonna happen. My man told me, like, yo, yeah, man, you gonna be opening for Bryson Tiller? I'm like, yeah, fuck out of here. Because he was too hot. So I ain't think that it'd be able to happen. So when I got that call, and he was like, nah, yo, it's actually went through. Like, you got 15 minutes set. I was like, shit, this shit about to go down. So I went down to Pier 6. I checked them. I did my sound check and all that. Saw the seats. I was cool. I ain't get nervous until, you know what I'm saying, the lights go down, the dark down there. You see all them girls out there. That shit was wild. And it's something that I prayed for so long, because prior to that, I was real fucked up. You know, I didn't have a job. I couldn't find a job. You know what I'm saying? I was using my food stamps up. I ain't had no food. Like, I was all fucked up. And I needed some hope, you know what I'm saying, for me to want to keep doing music or keep writing music. And that opportunity came along, and it just so happened I was dropping music behind that, and people responded to it well, and that shit put me in a better place. You know what I'm saying? So that opportunity, that experience, it was bigger than just a show at Pier 6. So that shit really encouraged me to keep doing what I'm doing. For real.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, I can't believe we're almost towards the end of our show, and you talking about a performance. Can we get a little freestyle? Can we get a little something?
Cue the beat up, Check.
Like,
it don't matter.
Hey, Sham, I sent it over. What was the title of that joint?
Damn, I want to answer more questions, man.
I know, yo.
How you get the Henny in a nigga?
That's
cutting the interview short.
We'll definitely have to have you back.
Hey.
67 back.
How you fire me up?
No, but see, it's cool. We gonna have you back on the show. We gonna do what we do, but we crunching. We crunching that all in.
And we gotta let people hear what you have to say. I mean, the interview's great, but we definitely gotta hear the freestyle, hear the music too.
Yeah. You already know what it is, baby. In Tune Radio, we got my man Lonnie who will give us that exclusive freestyle. Let's get busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut up a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Hey, little shot kid from the projects. Gotta leave the cable, it was direct. Had a cousin that had a comic book collection sitting by the stove, it was sitting by the Pyrex. I ain't want it, I wasn't with that. I was trying to get my life back. I'm just trying to stay intact. Me and the devil just made eye contact, boy. I just wanna live, thinking about the way, which way I gotta give. I don't even know, green light flow. Blunt push the button, swear to God I'ma go. My nigga Philly told me that you good in town. I still look around, they hoping that a boy you poetic. They told me that I wasn't, they laughed at me, told me I'm pathetic. And I told them that I'd be back, cause I'm prophetic. Ooh, I can't help it. I ain't in it for the green just like the Celtics. I know you felt it. Butter to your bitch, baby. It feel like the sheet melted. She be like, Lord Lonnie, you know,
let's go.
Fucking up the flows, but nobody ever knows. Not in it just for the dough. Hey, roll, you bowl. Yeah. My mama said keep it true. They don't even know. Yeah. Don't slide on me, cause I promise you don't wanna go there. If you wanna try me, I promise I don't play fair. Praying up to the Lord for all the things I can't afford. Hey, praying that I get a woman that's loyal to me even when she is bored. Hey, I just never wanna be the nigga that I had a baby cut the cord. Hey, I just wanna be the one to pull up and tell them that I got what they want. Hey, one more gram in the blunt. Yay, back turn to you, never front. Hey, I'ma only tell a nigga once. Hey, came up from the bottom, I ain't stunned. Hey, section 8. Hey, young nigga really about to levitate. Hey, put in work for a long time. Ask my nigga Philly, man, check off the resume. Hey, they be like your girl. Shit.
Big shout to my man Lonnie Moore on the building. You already know what it is. We got to the fuck back, yo.
We definitely do. That was dope. But I want you again to let everybody know where they can find you, and I want you to kind of give us what you want people to take away from your music.
All right.
You take another sip.
Lonnie Moore in the building.
All right, well, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, but y'all can find my music at soundcloud.com/LonnieMoore23. And that's where you can hear all my updates and all my new music. I'm going to be dropping shit consecutively real soon. But what I want people to get from my music is just honesty, for real. And just confidence, and somebody who know who the hell they are. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who knows art, and they know how to project it to the world. You feel me? What I want people to get from my music is a diamond in the rough, is a rose in the concrete. No matter how fucked up Baltimore is or has been, we have produced some of the best artists in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I really consider me to be one of them. Even if not an artist, as a songwriter, I know I contribute something to our culture. Or I'll learn to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not taking no for an answer. So I believe that what people should take from my music is just me being me. And that motivating them to want to be them. And just live their life and have some fucking fun. And think why they doing it. My mother always used to tell me, you can, use your heart, but take your brain with you. So that's all I want people to gain from my shit.
So yeah, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, City of Guys. I'm sorry.
Social media, IG. I'm on Instagram at Lonnie Moore Music. Make sure y'all check that out. You might see a picture of me and Honey Cocaine. Shout out to Honey Cocaine, by the way. She making her comeback after 3 or 4 years, and I'm proud to say I'm a part of her new project. I'm gonna be on her album, so that's gonna be exciting. And excuse me. And I got a bunch of new other things going on this summer. A bunch of tours or whatever. We're gonna be doing a lot of shit for the kids. It's just gonna be a lot of things that we're going to be doing for the city, and I'm excited about it. But make sure y'all go on my Instagram at Lonnie Moore Music, Twitter at Lonnie Moore MC, SoundCloud at Lonnie Moore 23, and I appreciate y'all for having me, yo.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to let people know, so definitely let us know so we can keep everybody plugged in.
I will.
Yeah, yo, you already know, man. It's your boy, City of Guys Philly. Y'all can follow me on IG at City of Guys Philly.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all follow our Intune Radio page at Intune_radio.
And it's Tina Yagani. Make sure you follow me at _the_Persian. And shouts out to Alicia Lee, who couldn't be here. I heard she got a birthday coming up.
Yeah,
so we're going to be lit next Friday on the show.
Shout out to City of Gods, too. My boy Frazier. What up?
Big shout out to City of Gods family forever, yo.
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Unofficially Black coming up next is Intune Radio.